On the last market report, I said I think the housing market is turning a corner and going back deeper into a seller's market. And I may have been wrong about that, or maybe I wasn't. Why don't we take a look at the data and find out for sure? Happy Wednesday, everybody. It is August 24th. Brian Simmons here with eXp Realty here in Southern Oregon. And I am happy to be back with you after a quick hiatus for a fishing trip with some buddies up in Alaska. The service was not so good up there, so I do appreciate your patience, and I'm super happy to be back with you this week. If you could do me a quick favor, I'd really appreciate it. Just click that like button, hit the subscribe icon, and please share this video with anybody that you know who is looking to buy or sell real estate in Southern Oregon. If you're curious what your home's worth or you're looking to do some house hunting, take a look at the description of this video, and I've got some really good resources for you for either one of those things. Now let's run through this week's data for Jackson and Josephine counties of Southern Oregon. As of this morning, we have 1,281 active single-family residential listings between the two counties, which is down from 1,287 when I made my comments a couple weeks ago about the market potentially turning. Okay, 124 new listings hit the market, 164 price changes, 38 came back on the market, 123 went pending, 73 closed, and 47 were either expired, withdrawn, or canceled, going off the market for some reason other than selling. That all brings us to about 17 and a half weeks worth of inventory based on a snapshot of that week. That's the highest weeks of inventory we've seen since I've been tracking this, and that's because we've had the lowest number of closed transactions that we've had since back in February 22nd actually, where we had the exact same number of closings, so tied for the lowest of the entire year last week on number of closings. Okay, inventory in that same period of time has more than doubled. Right, so when you have way higher inventory on way lower on the closings, of course the week's worth of inventory is going to be super high like that. So I'm not really surprised to see that. That might indicate that I called it wrong a couple weeks ago when I said that I think we're turning a corner. And if we're turning a corner, why would week's worth of inventory be going up? Man, I'm glad you asked. So why don't we take a look at that? Because it's a lagging indicator, okay? It's based on activity from 6 weeks ago. Okay, if you dig deeper though, you'd notice that the number of closings always lags behind the number of pendings. Okay, a home goes pending, 30, 45 days later, it closes. Okay, so let's call that 6 weeks on average. It's 42 days. The data says that the number of closings tends to be about 80% of the number of pendings 6 weeks prior. Well, if you use 80% to project out what the number of closings will be based on what we know the number of pendings are going to be, we should see closings in the 80 to 90 range over the next few weeks, and then even getting up over the 100 range for a few weeks after that. So the projection for closings looks actually really good over the next 6 weeks based on the pendings that we've got going right now. Another nice thing with pendings that we've seen is that it's been pretty stable at about 10% of inventory over the last few weeks. Okay, so all that just shows us that the demand side of things is actually pretty darn good. Now let's take a look at the supply side of things, which is actually pretty simple. Inventory is trending down, not going down like crazy, but it's trending down. Okay, new listings are also starting to trend down a little bit. They're about 120 a week, but trending down because they were in the 140s, 150s not too terribly long ago. So inventory is coming down, new listings is coming down, the supply side's trending down. To further support that, price reductions have also been trending down, meaning there have been less price reductions every week for the last 5 weeks. And I know that can be interpreted a lot of different ways, so I don't want to read into that too much, but it's certainly not a bad sign. So what does it all mean to you as a buyer or seller? As a buyer, it means get out there and buy while the inventory number is still as high as it is. Okay, you'll have more choices, and in most cases, you'll be able to get a better deal and have more negotiating power than if the inventory number gets back down lower, like I think it probably will. As a seller, it's a little bit more complicated. Okay, it's much more case by case, and it depends a lot on what the specifics are of your situation, what type of home you have, what your goal is. Do you want to sell quick? Do you want to sell for top dollar? All those types of things come into play a lot more for a seller, and so it is a lot more complicated. So what I would suggest for a seller is give me a call, and I can help you talk through all the details of your specific situation and figure out what might make the most sense to do. We're getting in towards the fall season, and that's historically when things tend to slow down a lot. There's still a lot of buyers out there that are wanting to get into a home before We really get into the full swing of fall, and so now is a really good time if you're wanting to get a quick sale. It's not a bad time to do it, okay? If you're looking to do some house hunting or you're curious of what your home may be worth, please don't hesitate to reach out. Check out the description of this video, and there's some really, really fantastic resources in there for you. Please do not forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe icon, and please share this video with anybody else that you know who may be looking to buy or sell real estate in the Southern Oregon area. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Have a good one.